All right, now we're going to move from acquisition to conversion. Now that we are growing the size and quality of our email or text message list, how are we going to convert these people? I want to give you kind of 3 phases that we need to move through, 3 areas of communication that you need to have ready in order to grow the number of people who are not only signing up for your email list, but are also beginning to make that financial contribution. The first area to think about is welcome. How are you going to welcome people, right? So if someone has gone and gotten a content offer from you and they've traded their email address or their phone number in exchange for that content offer, how are you going to welcome them? We have resources which we're going to put here for you to be able to learn more about how to develop an effective new email welcome series that will convert people who are signing up for your offers, will take them deeper into your organization, help them understand more of the impact that your organization has, and also more of the impact that they can have if they were to give to your organization, and can present them with initial appeal. So you think about, how are we going to welcome the new email or SMS subscribers that we have? If you start acquiring lots of emails and names without this in place, oftentimes you'll find out it's too late. While they have that emotional connection with you, while they have that interest in your organization or your content, we need to have this ready before people start coming onto the file so they can learn more about your organization, get connected to all the different things that your organization has to offer. The other form of welcome, if some of our people that we acquire through content are going to give right away, are donors. How do we welcome new donors? That first emotional kind of climax, reaching the top of the mountain, where you say, yes, I want to give, we need to make that feeling last as long as possible. We also know through research that there's a lot of hesitancy that comes. People are asking themselves in their mind, did I make the right decision by giving to this organization? And so we need to have a new donor email series or text series of messages to welcome these people and to not only thank them, but also to reassure them that their gift was not made in vain, that their gift was impactful, their gift is helping the cause that you represent, and was a good decision on their part. It's a great reassurance. You might think that donors are already convinced of the magnificence of their gift by the time that they give it, but the truth is a lot of donors are saying, was that a good idea? Did I make the right decision there? And a new donor welcome communication series is one of the greatest ways to do that. We have more resources on those as well, but I want to keep going on this at a high level. So in the area that we are now in, which is conversion, first we think about how we're going to welcome them, and second we think, how are we going to cultivate them? This is one of the most overlooked areas of conversion. I would love to think that people are just going to respond to appeals, right? Every time we ask for money, they're just going to give. But the truth is, people need more communication than that. This is not limited to digital. This is almost any relational or relationship, I guess you might have, right? It's not all just transactions. There has to be some nurture and some cultivation. And so historically, these have taken the form of newsletters. When you think about print, you think about a newsletter that you send out, oftentimes there is an envelope tucked in there so that people can give. But what is a newsletter designed to do? It's designed to inform people, to keep them connected to the mission, and to remind them what's going on. Because life gets in the way for many of our donors, and they forget, unlike us inside the organization, they forget what's going on and all the impact that you're having, and they want to hear about the cool things that you're doing. One of the benefits of digital is that we are not limited to a once a month or once a quarter newsletter. Because sending an email or sending a text is so cost efficient, we can actually keep people in a much more consistent, shorter loop of cultivation. So we need to think about our content and plan a content and communication calendar. We've got resources on that and helping build that, but ultimately the goal of cultivation should be to inform, and it should be to edify, and hopefully there should be conversion opportunities in this. Will these be direct asks in the form of campaign or an appeal? Not necessarily, but we can have areas of our cultivation content that give people the chance to say yes. Now, going back to content offers, one other area of cultivation is content offers. So if people sign up for one content offer and you create a new content offer to go grow the size and quality of your list, don't forget to send that to all of your existing subscribers. Many of them will go back through that funnel and give. And so that may be the thing that takes someone from just being a subscriber to being a donor, is sending them cultivation content, whether that be newsletters, whether that be information, or whether that be new content offers. Final thing we need to focus on is activation. How do we activate people to give a gift? And this really takes the form of fundraising appeals and campaigns. An appeal might be a one-off ask to help support a specific initiative. You might send monthly appeals that mirror what you're doing in the mail, or you might run a sustained fundraising campaign, like a calendar year end or fundraising campaign of some sort. Ultimately, veteran fundraisers know that you don't receive if you don't ask. So yes, we need to welcome people onto the file and be cognizant that they might be new in their relationship. We need to cultivate them in order to build that relationship. But ultimately, if we want to get people to say yes, we have to be forthright in asking them to give. And your key KPIs that you can follow here are the number of emails you acquire and the number of donors that are generated from that email file over any given period of time. So as we look at activation, we're gonna think about monthly fundraising appeals, quarterly mini campaigns, or annual sustained campaigns in order to get people to say yes. You want to build the size and quality of your email list for this purpose. Ultimately, this is one of the bigger factors in growing digital fundraising revenue, because if we don't get donors, then all of this is for naught. So that is our conversion section here. As we convert people, as we think about converting the people who we've acquired through content offers in order to drive traffic, we've got to get more people to say yes. All three of these factors must be in place: how we bring them on, how we continue to engage them, and then how we activate them. We have more resources on how to develop an effective fundraising appeal as well that we'll put in the links here for you. But at a high level, we want to understand this conversion section as a key component of driving more fundraising revenue.